New managing moderators can support your channel in even more ways. Close. Oh, we're live. So it looks like you have to have it vertical. We can't show you because we've got our phone in one of our stands. It fits with the case on, so we've just learnt. And then we've got this extension pole, which we haven't been able to use before because we didn't know how to fit it on. But one of us has just discovered that it can fit onto the it's got a screwy section that can fit onto this little tripod stand thing, so that's really cool. So we don't have to hold the phone, mind you. It would be better if we could do it like that, but you obviously can't do it like that, so maybe it's easier for us to, or maybe we hold it with both hands, but we hold that with one and this with the other. I don't know, we're all trying to figure out what makes it easier. So we're just coming on for a really quick live. I think one of us wanted to go do our ShintoSEYE Isis or our Lefruma 66 closing portal live today, but we just don't have it in us. But there's something that we're going to show you. Are we able to rotate the camera? Yes, that's good. So there's something we're going to show you. We don't think it's a copyright infringement. I think you're allowed 15 seconds and it's not a copyright infringement. But we were putting away our cards from doing yesterday's shorts, which I'm so impressed the guys of us did that. That was all learning new stuff as well. We're in the middle of our purging and our detox. So this is the second day. We've been doing it since the start of February. It was just fruit up until like 13th or something, but we had 2 days where we ended up eating a piece of our homemade sourdough bread in a row. So we didn't manage just fruit, but we're not being really strict. We've always been really strict and set ourselves goals and stuck by them. But the goals we've set ourselves have been from our conscious mind's understanding. And what we're going through is that our conscious mind has it all skewed and doesn't listen to our body. And we've always done things mind over matter, mind over our body, at the detriment to our body's well-being. And having Ehlers-Danlos syndrome and other things that we never had labels for before has meant, we've seriously impacted our body. But so we're learning, so that doesn't matter. So we haven't failed. We're doing the detox, and then there's these little things along the way where we needed to chew or we needed the food for a particular reason, which will become clear down the line. We did want to go live on our Zanoni Snowflake channel, but it wouldn't allow us. But it allows us on these ones, on the other ones. So I'm not sure how many subs. It says 25 plus subs, so I don't know what that means. The least amount of subs we have is 144. But maybe you have to have over 25. Maybe 25 plus means you need 25 or over subs. So we've got to get our Zanoni Snowflake channel to 25 or above subscribers for that to work. So what we wanted to share with you, because it's our birthday today, so we're going to share our birthday present that we got from our amazing Uncle Bob, which just touched our heart deeply. And after doing the shorts yesterday, which we do for us and everyone, the heart opening and heart balancing one really prepared our heart for the email and the card and the present from our Uncle Bob. And then we were putting our other cards away that they used to do the shorts yesterday. And we were listening to Eve, Everlong Mystic, and then it went on to the next one, which was We Love Heather Ensworth, in conversation with Pam Gregory, two absolutely amazing astrologers. And Heather is one of Heather's videos on consciousness that we sent out to goodness knows however many people a couple of days before we got put in the psych ward 3 years ago. So we were in the psych ward for our 40th 3 years ago, and we're now 43 going on 4, going on 3, going on 7, going on 14. which is all of that is just perfect alignment with what Pam and Gregory are talking about the future of astrology and the future of astrology moving into the age of Aquarius, and how going into the Aquarius, how time isn't linear. Time is both linear and spiral. And that goes on to the card that we actually got today that we turned over on our creativity oracle, which has been going on for over a year now as well. And that was time number 51. But in our audio message to our Uncle Bob saying thank you, we're the mirror opposites because we're still dancing in these unseen, energetic, creative, non-linear dimensions, dancing, finding our way out. So we're more in the abstract maths rather than the logical maths, where 3 is half of 8, not half of 6. And so they're talking about how we'll quote it in a minute, but it's just when we see people on YouTube, creators, come out with and say specifically what we've been feeling and thinking for years, and pretty sure said in some of our audio diaries, it just gives us so much more confidence to keep doing what we're doing and to bring it out there. Because if you include the sun as a star, our main axis is the cusp of Leo, Virgo, and we're getting adrenaline shifts now as well, and our mouth going dry. Our ascendant and our north node is Leo. And then we've got 5 planets in Virgo, which I think go over house 1 and 2, depending which system used in the Western. And then it's Aquarius Pisces cusp, which is our sun, our moon, our north node, and our descendant. But one of them is our moon, I think, is at 17 degrees. So it's not as much on, it's not typically on the cusp. But so we're basically got 6 frequencies and energetics of planets and nodal points, energetics points, etc. on the axes Leo, Virgo, Aquarius, Pisces. So we're a quadruple Aquarius. So moving into the age of Aquarius, we're very apt, we're very we're very experienced at dancing with these energies. And so we've been told that we're psychic and all that stuff, and we've been told we speak from the womb of Mother Earth, and our Aquarius, our focus is humanity and this symbiotic harmonic relationship with Mother Gaia and humanity, but it starts within, it starts from ourselves, and that's come from stuff that we've watched and experienced. David Eagleman, and it's said at the end of our poetry videos, which there is still a couple up, about how to create a harmonic global nation. If the global nation is a projection of our individual subjective reality, then we first need to create a harmonic internal reality, because that's then what gets projected out to create the collective global nation, the collective consciousness. And so I don't know if we've said it anywhere before or had the courage, but we are creating the multiverse. So the more people center themselves, anchor themselves, ground themselves into their body, into their heart, into the earth, the more the collective can expand outwards. And so there have been individual sightings of aliens and the rest of it and all of that, but all of this will eventually be manifest into physical, seen, tangible reality, because it's the physical, seen, tangible reality, matter, that comes after the expansive creation, imagination, and subjective. So it's the objective that comes after the subjective. And this is where man got it wrong with science to start with. When he started, from one perspective, got it wrong. I mean, it didn't get it wrong, because man obviously needed to analyze it and research it and experience from the way it's happened, or it wouldn't have happened that way. But we just find it ironic, because humans are normally a bit greedy and like to experience the higher levels, the faster vibration, have the bigger portion, so to then suddenly measure something that's the 0.01 of the atom rather than measure the 99.99% is ironic, because the 99.99% is bigger. But of course, it's bigger, but it's unseen. So actually, it's not perceived as bigger. And this is the complexity of the mirroring of the complexity of that spiral vortex energy that kind of follows the figure of eight pattern. And the figure of eight, eight is the our birth given name, the host body vibration. We're 17 degrees Aquarius and 26 degrees Aquarius on our sun and moon, which is second tier and third tier 8. So we're very in the energetics of one of the books on Fitzgerald. I don't know if it's Inner Bridges or another one of them. It's about the figure of 8 on the different planes of the body. You've got the plane that cuts you down the middle, so it separates left and right, cuts you down here, so it separates front and back, cuts you through your torso, so it separates your legs from your lower body from your upper body. Now, all of them have their figure of 8 on all the different planes, and that joins your sit bones and your collarbones. And this is where our maths and our art, the balance of our left and right brain, which we had to balance out, because when we were younger, it was there, but then our left brain got developed more, and that had to get shut down so that our right brain and all could get developed more, but also because it's completely connected to our body. So there are ones of us that are so in touch with our body and our intuition that have been fragmented and separated because of the DID, which isn't just a mental construct, it's something that happens in the body as well. And so it all had to be harmonized and balanced out, because that's how we dance. And so yeah, the more that we go inwards and understand ourselves better, and create this harmonic, balanced, symbiotic relationship in our internal microcosms, the more this will happen out on the macrocosm. The deeper we go into ourselves, the more expansive we can go out. So you've got Sagittarius as the center of the galaxy, of temperance, number 14 in the tarot, ruled number 10, fortune's wheel. The 5 end up, if you're a runner or a cycler or any sports person using the lower body, the thighs end up getting really big, unless you're like a surfer who doesn't use the legs much, and they get or a swimmer, they get a massive upper body. So anyway, we are creating the universe. So the more that we understand our subjective reality and have the courage to express our subjective reality into the objective collective agreement reality of the 3D dimension, and the more people that do this, the more it will expand outwards. And the more that we do this on a unique, authentic, creative level, filtered through our heart value-based systems, understanding the need for differing belief systems, the more of the expansiveness and diversity of what's going to be the multiverse going outwards, which is the universe, singularity of the universe within the multiverse. So we're just going to end on what they say on there, but we're just going to take you through. So the tarot packs we've we're choosing to open today. Oh look, so you can see our thing now. There we go, that's out the way. But this is the little, that's the little stand thing that we were using for some of our things. Now it's all getting a bit loose. So we've got the dancing in the dark, because of our internal processing model is left blind and dumb. We're very pro at dancing in the dark and understanding the dark, because the dark is the seed potential. It's the void, it's the vacuum equilibrium. Number 10 we talk about a lot. So we just talked about number 10, fortune's wheel, Jupiter. Number 10 is the 10th cranial nerve, which is the vagus nerve that goes through every organ in the body, which is nicknamed the Wanderer because it goes through every organ in the body. And so this is the wandering star. So those are the two that we've got to enjoy, that we've got, not got to, but we got and can enjoy, that we have to enjoy. We're attempting to learn to become impeccable. Oh look, we can just hand use it like this. So we take that off and that's easier. Oh, that's a good idea. So we're taking the extra stand off. And then we have these oracles, which get deeper and darker. See, we've attempted to buy the Abyss Tarot a few times and never succeeded. Well, we have succeeded, but the first one got refunded. Second one didn't work, or first one didn't work, second one got refunded, first one got into the postage system but got so damaged it had to get sent back. So we obviously weren't ready energetically to go into the deepest abyss of our body, which we understand from a connective tissue fascia point, because that's where we dance most, in the fractal fascia connective tissue of the body, as we're purging our past traumas in this life, the family lineage, the land traumas, everything that's gone on, which we're not going to kind of get into too much, from the body, because the deeper you go into the body, the deeper you go into the past, the deeper you go into your own individual void. And if the Sagittarius is the center of the galaxy, which is a black hole and a void, that's implosion, absorbing energy, then there's going to be an exit, according to the Taurus, the toroidal flow somewhere. And we feel that Earth is an exit point of that, but we don't feel that there's one singular exit point. We feel there's many singular exit points, like at least 3 main ones through one vacuum. So therefore Earth is one of the physical exit points of that void going in, and they've just discovered the hole under the ice in the North Pole. I mean, that's perfect, because in a donut shape in the torus, you have the hole going all the way through, but it has to be masked and covered up with ice, because humanity doesn't quite understand as a collective, and science doesn't quite understand the energetic side of things, but they're starting to. You've got Bruce Lipton, Nassim Haramein, Greg Braden, Dr. Joe Dispenza. Anyway, our uncle's so amazing. These are the 2 presents he brought us, and the card, and he's an ex-priest, and his energies are so aligned with us. And we love that he takes the time to buy a present and wrap it up and send it in the post with a card and a message in the card and an email. Doesn't just click a button on Amazon and get stuff sent. It's really important to show people, when you give gifts, the time and energy put into that. Just clicking something on Amazon and then sending it is just all too easy done. You could buy something on Amazon, get it sent to you, and then write in it, or even read the book and make notes, or write in it, or wrap it up nicely, and then send a message with a card and take the time to go to the post office and post it. And that's what we feel is kind of important. So this is conversation with Heather Ensworth about the future of astrology, and it's 5 days ago. And so this is just 4 minutes 29 in. This is Pam Gregory being courageous, saying what we already believe. Of course, we're never very good. Words are our weakness, and we're always dancing and working on them. And then with our split personalities, there's always a few of us functioning at once. So when we watch stuff back of ours, it's kind of like we can tell we're switching, because we don't tend to finish what we're going to say, but it does kind of make sense. But it's like, we didn't finish that bit, you didn't finish that bit. So she's a lot more balanced and structured in what she's saying, but what she's saying is basically what we believe and what we've been saying. We're just not sure if we've been saying it in public or not. And gives us the courage to keep doing what we're doing, and just believing that we're creating with consciousness, and that all of this will make sense, and we will be able to get ourselves financially self-sufficient this year. So yeah, listen to this. Hold on, put the speaker on.
But if consciousness creates matter, dare I say this, could it possibly...
So she said, if consciousness creates matter,
be that we are actually creating the cosmos. We're creating the planets.
Well, I mean, yes. And if we really take in that everything is one, that everything is a part of the sea of cosmic consciousness. I mean, part of what I think you're really pointing to is that as we move into the Aquarian age, we're becoming more right-brained again. We're becoming more aware that we are not separate from each other. We are not separate from the planets. You know, a lot of what I'm doing in my year-long.
So we're going to leave it there. We just lay down to do that. Hold on. We're going to have the sun behind us. So Heather always reminds us of our auntie Bob's wife that passed over, our auntie Ursula, who was an ex-nun, their ex-nun and ex-priest. So it's in our lineage to go deep into the self-discovery and the cosmic spiritual and the shamanic spiritual. And our mum was there too. So when one goes deep inwards, they're tapping into their central nervous system, their emotional house. And so there has to be this navigation through our emotions, through the distorted trauma frequencies that are residing in the body that create the habitual patterns that don't serve the health and well-being of our physical body, our mental body, our emotional body, our spiritual body, that's in alignment with nature. I mean, if we were in alignment with nature, we wouldn't be killing and cutting down the trees that facilitate us to breathe and stay alive in the first place. It's idiotic. But it's the child state consciousness emotions of us that's expressed through the adult body as power and greed, buying the next best iPhone, buying the massive houses and that aren't eco, covering ourselves in makeup and stopping our skin from being able to breathe. It's not to say don't wear makeup, it's not to say don't do any of this, it's just about moderation and don't do it to hide. So what are we saying? So the more we go into that collective unconscious, when one has experienced trauma and separation and fragmentation in the body, we said this somewhere the other day, I think it might have been on an audio message uploaded to SoundCloud, that if someone is more experienced with dancing in the 3D dimension and society terminologies, is our battery dying? 5% left. We're gonna have to go soon because our battery's dying. In 3D, so therefore the central nervous system is related to the emotions. You're tapping into the collective unconscious. You're tapping into many energies. So if there isn't a real sense and understanding and anchored groundedness of sense of self or many selves in one body or whatever it is, then one is going to be tapping into this infinite field of information that we perceive as the Akashic records, etc., electromagnetic fields, everything that's out of us, but it's actually inside of us. We experience the implosion to the explosion, the contraction to the expansion, and there has to be this balance between the two. So we're going to leave it there because everything's about to die, and we're actually going to say, yeah, happy birthday to us. We are managing it and succeeding, and we are a prime example of living out what they just said about, I don't think it was in that one, but time not being linear, time being spiral, the future of astrology into the age of Aquarius. We are a prime living example, being courageous and strong in our vulnerabilities, sharing this out to all of you as we navigate through this process, having come from a domesticated, conditioned left brain societal thinking brain when we didn't have the other part of us nurtured, and we're doing that for ourselves, and we are going to produce beautiful, amazing things in collaboration with our subconscious, our superconscious, our conscious, our heart, with consciousness, or how some people say in collaboration with the divine or spirit or God. And we are going to take credit for it and some gratitude for it, not out of an egotistical sense, but out of a confident sense, and out of we've put the effort in and the work in, because it is our many unique individual expressions of consciousness and this infinite field of information flowing through our vessel, our filters, our lenses of experience and perception, hopefully inspiring everyone, whoever, others, to reach their authenticity and dig and delve into the depths of their emotions, to reach their pure unconditional love and authenticity and heart vibration, because the rest will just flow naturally. So yeah, let's continue to see how this journey goes. And now we're just going to go through the embarrassment and the pain of what we've said. It's too late.